Hi, guys, it's Elizabeth with Teachers Who Ching, and today I'm going to share with you the three things that I am always doing in my Etsy shop. So, the first one is every day I am responding to customer messages. We know that Star Seller badge from Etsy gets us a lot of credibility with our customers. And so, I want to make sure that I always have that badge. And one of the components that goes into that is our response time to customer messages. So we have 24 hours to respond to keep that rating high. So I try to make sure that once per day, usually twice per day, once in the morning and once in the evening, I just check and make sure that there's nothing that needs to be responded to. Etsy also allows you to set up an auto reply. So I definitely have that forward during the workday. I'm a teacher, and so there is no time during the day to reply to customer messages. So I have an auto reply that says, I'll get back to you as soon as I'm done working. And then it says, if you're looking for your digital files, where you can find them, because often that's the question that people have. So, just a little tip if you're freaking out because your customers can't find their files, if they purchase it on the Etsy mobile app, they will not be able to. Get their files on the mobile app. They can do it on their phone. They need to actually go into a web browser, go to etsy.com, and then from there they can find their purchases, and that will be where they can download your item. Okay, another thing that I do all the time in my Etsy shop is once per week, I renew my listings. So at the beginning of my shop, I experimented with ads. I didn't know about this strategy of renewing listings, and ads can be quite costly. Um, Definitely, if you're going to try it, start small, start with something that's already getting organic sales. And I would even start with just $1 and see if it helps boost sales or not, and then experiment in your niche and crank it up if it's working. And if it's not, then I would definitely turn it off. You don't want to lose money in your Etsy store. But renewing your listings, excuse me, costs 20 cents per listing. And so I have about 60 listings in my shop right now. I renew all of them once per week. And I know that renewed listings show up at the top of the Etsy search results, and that is the game we are playing. We can create the most beautiful most beautiful products, most beautiful listings. And if they don't show up, people are never going to even get the chance to purchase them. So I want to know, how can I show up higher in those Etsy search results? And renewed listings is one strategy that I definitely use. And then every month I run a sale. So Etsy lets you go out 30 days and put a sale on your products. So on my digital products, I'm literally running a sale all the time. So I price my products accordingly. I price them a little higher than I would want if there was not a sale on, and then just know that I'm literally always going to have a sale on. And I think this works for two reasons. Number one, I think human psychology, we're like, oh, it's on sale. And so we think to purchase it more. Then the other reason I think this works is because in the Etsy mobile app, there's literally a tab at the bottom that says deals. And the only way you can show up there in the deals is if you have your product on sale. So I definitely want to show up there because a lot of times people are scrolling and like casually shopping on their phone. And I want to make sure that I'm showing up when they're searching. Okay, and then to just wrap this up, I think a lot of people are looking for passive income, and we have kind of a misnomer about what passive income is. First of all, we think that it like literally means no work, and I think creating an Etsy shop is a lot of work up front and building the products, and then those products can make sales months and years in the future after you're done. Editing them and iterating them, like they can be so good and making sales years later. But I do want to keep my shop active. And so these are the things I do. This does not take very much of my time. So passive, definitely more passive than like getting a second job or another side hustle. But just think about, what does that mean to you, passive income? So for me, our Etsy shop has meant the difference between being able to afford private baseball lessons and not. It's helped our family take vacations, and looking forward to all the things in the future that it's going to help us to provide for our family. All right, let me know if you try out these tips and how they work in your niche. Thanks.